This week we're going to be using Google Drawings for our work. I'm going to show you a few different things that you can do with it. Some of it is always going to be trial and error as you start to play around. So from your Google Classroom, however your view looks, click to where the different Google apps are and click on your drive. Once it loads, click on the button on the left that says New, and then you'll see the different options. Scroll down to More. You'll go over to the right and click Google Drawings and let that pop open. First thing you want to do is give your picture a name. So you'll see on the top left it says Untitled Drawing. So you can click on that and call it something. I'm just going to title mine Practice because that is what it is. Right here you'll see a little envelope here and it'll say Move. You can click that and actually create a new folder and call it, you can put your name in there. I'm just going to write Mrs. B's Google Drawings. So you can call it your name, drawings or work, whatever you'd like. Make it and then move here. And then you can see that it says it moved my work to there. So you can put all your work for the week in one folder and send it to me on Friday. So you can see right now the background has the checkerboard, so it is empty. When you right click, you can click on background. You can put in a solid color if you want it to just be a certain color for the assignment. You can also make it a gradient. So when you click over on the right where it says gradient, you can pick something like that where it fades a little bit in your picture. So that is how you can change the background real easily. You can also put in an image for your background as well. Click on Insert, Image, Upload from Computer, and I know I have a few from here that I was playing with that I could choose. So I could pick this watercolor one and insert that. I can change the size of it so it fits the entire width of my picture, but say I only want it to be this bottom section here, I could then click on the crop image, adjust the size. So say I only want to show this portion at the bottom, drag it down so it's only showing that. Click the crop button again and it crops it. So now that watercolor splash is only at the bottom. You can add in different shapes. Go to Insert, Shape. There are some that are real simple. Once you have the shape, you can change the size of it. When you click on the button or the bucket, you can change what the color is. You can also change the outline color, the thickness. So if you wanted to have a thicker outline, you could. And you can also change the outline itself. So you can change it so it looks like it has a dotted line around it. One of the ones you're going to need to use this week are the call outs. So when you go into shape and the call outs, there are these ones that look like different speech bubbles or thought bubbles. So you'll need to use those on some of the days. What's cool about the call outs is you can change that little shape at the bottom, adjust where it is, and make it look a little bit different. Even that, you can change the type of outline that it has, what color it is, and really make it unique. So even though some of this is really simple, when you start to play around with customizing things, I could even gradient that and put something like that for the inside. So I'm just going to show you a few different features and then let you play around with it. So what I just did was go to Insert and then Word Art, and then the little box will pop up. You can write your words. I'm just going to write words, 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 and hit enter. And then that phrase will pop up here. I can change the size of it, so it can be really big. I can make it smaller. I can even come to the top of it and put it on a diagonal if I want to. I can come up to the top and change the font. So if I want to change what the font looks like, there are some different ones right here that you can play around with. You can also change the fill color and the border. That looks a little crazy. I'm going to keep a solid border for the words. But you can see that there's a lot of different things. One of the cool things when you use the word art, when you click the format options right here, you can add a drop shadow. It might be kind of hard to see in the video. You can play around with that yourself. You can also add in a reflection. So here you can see at the bottom, it's reflecting that even on the angle. So those are a few different things that you can do so far. I'm going to clear my screen a little bit here so I can very easily just click, delete some of those different things. On one of the days, you're going to need to use a table. So I'm going to go Insert, Table, over towards the right. And when you need to use your table, you want it to be 3 by 3. So I'm going to insert the table. And when I click on the corners of it, I can drag it and adjust the size so it fits my entire screen here, my entire workspace. Even with the table, once I have it set up, I can go in and change the border color. So if I want to see the lines in between those a little bit better, I can go ahead and do that. The day that you use the table, you're going to be inserting pictures into the different sections. This will make sense when you know what that activity is. It is the Dream Zoom meeting if you haven't read the activities yet. So now I need to place one of the pictures. So I'm going to go to Insert, Image, Upload from Computer, because I already have that. And I have these pictures over here. So I'm going to use this one here of Salvador Dali because he's goofy. So right now it's really huge on my screen. I'm going to start to resize it and place it in this top middle one here so you can see where it is. So I know it's not going to fit exactly how it is, and I don't want to scrunch it and just distort the picture. I want to crop it. So now that it is here, I'm going to use that crop feature again and just change the bottom of it so it fits within that border and keep it right there. I could always move it up a little bit, down, so it fits the best in my picture. So those are some different things that you can do. You can play around with that, adding in your pictures. This is Maud Wagner. She's awesome. So I adjust the size, I click crop, and then I start to change the top and the bottom. So I am happy with how it fits within that square. So again, this is just my practice, but if I was happy with how this worked and say I wanted to download this, I could go to File, Download, and then JPEG. You can see it downloads at the bottom, and that makes it a lot easier to email or to upload. But if you're putting it in a file to send me, you don't have to worry about that. So I'm just going to delete everything that is in there right now. You can also put an image as your entire background. So say I want to upload an image. I want to use one of these watercolors that I have. And when I extend it, it's just not quite the right size. So when I go to the bottom right over here, you can see these little, this little triangle that gets created. I can actually drag and adjust this and change the size and orientation of this. So if I want to make it more like a longer, wider rectangle, I can go like this, and that will change the way that that picture looks. Then I can adjust the background as well so it fits in there. So there's a lot of different things that you can do within this really basic Google Drawings program. There are other YouTube videos and tutorials that you can look up besides the one that I'm posting here for you. So I'm just gonna play around a little bit. I'm creating a border with this, so I want to fill it in a solid color. And I don't want an outline on this one, so I'm going to make the outline transparent, and then it won't have any other shapes. Now I want to repeat this. I'm going to copy it and then paste it. And then now I can take that exact shape and move it to another area within this picture. So I want that same shape at the top and at the bottom of my picture. So that makes my life a lot easier. Even with word art, one of the things that you can do, say you have your practice. I want to change the font again. So I click on the font names. I want it to be Lobster because I like the name. Change the color of the inside. Change the outline. And then I'm going to put it on an angle. So say I want to repeat that same word over and over. You can come over here to edit, copy, edit, paste, and it will repeat that. But say when I make the next line, I want it to say something else. I can just double click that. It'll come up again, practice. I'm just going to change that so it says drawing. So now I didn't have to go back in and restart a new word art over again. So the more you play around with it, you'll start to figure out some different things. So this is where I'm going to leave you. Make sure you go through the Google Slides presentation about what the topics are. Read each one over. If you have any questions, always email me, post them in the Google Classroom under comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope this was helpful for you. Have a great day, everybody.